So when I was a little kid, I loved Power Rangers. But not just for the Rangers though, or even the show, which I have not watched yet still due to me and my backlog of other stuff I'm watching, which is all Sentai and Riders stuff, so yeah. But anyways, what I loved about Power Rangers to the core were the Megazords. And since I became a more artsy kid later on, I, of course, tried to make my own, and eventually became the first ones. And today, we're looking at those old versions. So the first two, I don't have them.
What?
I don't have them.
What do you mean? You had one job.
I know. I used to have a drawing of them and like two other guys that I can't even remember what they looked like. But yeah.
Ugh. Well, can you at least tell me where to put my groceries?
Oh yeah, just plop them on the table and it'll just do itself.
Thanks.
So yeah, I don't have them. But I can tell you what they looked like though, so that's something, right? Starting off with the first, the dude was basically the Temple Run app logo, but blockified, with an equaling blocking body. And as an extra, I had a dog friend that could combine into an armored form, or whatever they're called. And the second one was basically just Data Hyper from Ghost Ager, but without the extra fins, and maybe shoulder pads, I can't remember. And that is it. Those were the two, or three, or four if I could try to remember.
Bye.
Bye! So, if I can recall, I feel like the third one was supposed to be like the second one, but in their classic black redeco, but I'm not too sure on that. But who cares about that when we have the main course? That is my star of the show. I think I just swallowed a dust bunny into my lungs.
I think I just lost 15 years off my life.
But here it is, the old binder. Now, I need you to lock in for this, cause man, there is a lot of stuff in this. And I'm not even showing the extra stuff because this set is so much. So focus and get ready, cause here it is. Bye! Make sure that kid doesn't actually lose more than a dozen years off his life. So, did you get any of that? Cause if you did, you might want to check your head if it's bleeding. And I can actually say that because it happened to me. Twice! So yeah, to try to make you understand this blob, basically I was really into PvZ, mainly the sequel, and mainly because of Zack Scott games, because of course I didn't play it. I don't do Jack. And each plant had their own robot friend, aka a Robo, aka again, the guys like Zero and all the others from my other series, the first ones, and with their changer that was, I'm pretty sure, never original. Like, literally, the first one is just a weird version of that ninja sword they had. They would use it to make them fuse into one, just like the first ones, which I'm sure you're seeing where stuff was shared over. Which also, of course, would also be used to make the big robot combiner, which this one had two versions, and a weird looking cat lion thing. I don't know why I had this. And after all of that nonsense, it went absolutely haywire. There was an evil team where I can only remember the dragon actually being used because, well, it's a freaking awesome freaking dragon. There's this weird Gravity Falls book ripoff that I don't even remember what it was used for, which can be said about, like, all of this because, you know, it's all slop. Every two Cyrus? Oh, awesome spelling. as a new changer for some reason. Some robos were just on their own because, I don't know. A lot of plants were from other different games other just than 1 and 2. Some designs weren't even original, like at all, like everything. Awesome. Had armors that weren't used that much afterwards because the big combinations all around that didn't function actually and look like that. Why? The Ninja was my favorite season in terms of mechas, of course. As you can see here, I did random crossovers for who knows why. The Pain combo finally ended, only to get equally as bad. Bro, what is this? And it finally ends. Oh man, I got burned out, and it's all slop. And to think I thought I would end on 20. But now, onto the end of the chapter, which is something I like to call it, as of recording, as the first one's version 0. I can't see, I need my glasses. That's also my impression of Joe Biden, by the way. I know. Bye. See ya. Bye. So, yeah, I can't show a lot of this due to them being, kind of spoilers for the first ones. But we can look at what has been shown, and yeah, it's not great. Better, but not great. Jank proportions, jank complex designs, had symbols that obviously were never brought over because they're bad. Same goes with their weird extra names I gave them. They seem so tryhard, ugh. Typing, cause yeah, just jank overall. Also, as a treat, here's some characters that will most likely never see the light of day because they're really dumb. Especially these two for being maybe sorta more likely a bit insensitive or something like that. I don't really know. This one for having like zero purpose to literally everything whatsoever. I hate it. Wow. And not this one. This wasn't cut because it was bad. I just don't have a good reason to have this. As of now though. And that's it. That's the end. But I do have something extra, just for fun. Decided to redraw characters 8 to 10 since they're next in line. Also, you can tell before I didn't know how to draw female characters, which I still don't. And also the hive that can combine with 10 to get this somewhat cluttered design. And also, redesigns of the previous versions. Not great, they're still in my mid art style, so yeah, but whatever I guess. Starting with Red, yes, that's his name. He's literally just Daniel, but with more details to him, which is kind of lazy, but at least I could say it's intentional to soften the blow, maybe. Jumps, I'm not trying with these names right now, alright? It's based off her upgrade version, that's kind of it. Wrestler Smackdown was a gorilla, so I went all into the fighting stuff, even though I have no idea how to draw muscle. Slither is pretty bad. Trying to be a ninja, but I can't do details on clothes, so it just all looks flat. With an intentional but still bad idea to have his tail sword cover his hand while having the handle showing. And the ship, named Super Ship, which is super whatever. Now onto the big guys. That I used a base which I made, which is kinda lazy, yeah. But as of recording, I'm trying to learn Blender to hopefully fix some of that issue. Starting with, and I'm being serious, Super Awesome Strong Fighting Warrior. Yeah, it's a dumb name, but I find it funny, so yeah. Has the flaws from the ship and emphasizes them way more in terms of color palette. O-Jets, or is it Zero Jets? I have no idea actually. Is what I call a Giga Robo. A robo with the proportions of a combiner, which is totally intentional. Which I don't like the name of, but I don't have anything else. And he's okay, I guess. And finally, Gold Blocker and his dog Overbite, which are designs mostly heavily just on Gold Blocker that are in my mind, but absolutely fail when putting the ideas onto the floor. I definitely could have and should have done more of these designs, because I'm not super happy with these, which could be said for any drawings I do. But hey, it does the job. And now, that's the end. Yep, unfortunately, I'm not gonna do a part 2 for the extra stuff that I have left out, since I don't think it's really worth it for its own video. Probably just gonna put it into a video with a bunch of other things that don't really deserve their own. But it isn't the last time I talk about these blank ones extra stuff outside the regular episodes I do of them. So until next time, that's it. Bye!